think that beats the dummy in the closet, don't you?
You didn't really do that.
I told her you brought us together.
Margaret, you did.
I did so, and I got the last laugh.
It's incredible. You realize what you've done? You realize what Peg is going to do when she reads that letter? My God, my wife.
I should have thought of that last night. Damn it, Margaret. You have not only lost every friend you ever had in this head, but we're going to make your life so miserable, you're going to wish you were little Meg.
People, what's going on here? I don't believe it. These were harmless, practical jokes. This was all fun. I'm sorry, you all right? I have no idea anyone would take this seriously. Well, what do you think they're doing? Leaving? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think we're even. Not at all, I love it.
Oh, you girls, you that. That's funny, D.
Now let's turn up the lights. Turn up the lights? Can we turn up the lights so we can talk to the audience?
Turn up the lights for the Carol Burnett Show tonight at 11:10 Central.
A consumer site, we pride ourselves on giving you fast, reliable nationwide coverage at up to half the cost of the leading carriers. But don't worry, we've got more than that going for us. Like this beautiful store in Arizona, for example. It's a perfect place for me to tell you a little bit more about our phones and how they can become your phones. You name it.
CBS 46, and that starts right now.
Live from CBS 4, this is your news now.
We continue to follow the breaking news. It's a missing child is found safe after kidnapping that child back with their parents. Tonight, spoke with the man who found that child. We'll bring you more on this story in just a moment. But first, an exciting week one at the Indiana State Fair.
Ahead of tonight's events and concerts, some big concerts too. CBS 4 sent out our own Chelsea Helms to the fairground.
Chelsea, has been a great weather today at the fair. Just fantastic out there.
Yeah, we have truly been lucky. Mother Nature is like today and the next few days are the time to come out to check out the Indiana State Fair because, like you said, Bob, it is just gorgeous. We've got a nice light breeze, and of course, the clouds have kind of come every so often and block the sun to give us some much-needed relief. But truly, no complaints in terms of weather out here at the fairgrounds. You got to come out. You got to bring the family. There are so many things to do. We've got this entire zone back behind us, which is kind of like a park for kids. And then I'm told come nighttime, it lights up and it is just super gorgeous. But perhaps my favorite part of the fair is the food. You guys, I have tried spicy pickled pizza, which I can confirm was incredible. I've had the lemon shake up. What else have we had? Deep fried Oreos. You saw me munch on those come the 5 o'clock hour. And here it is. Bob, you and I have been talking about this for literally a month, ever since the fair food lineup came out. This right here in my hand is a meatball in a donut. So without further ado, I have not tried this yet. I just had this bite prepared. Sweet, spicy, delicious. 10 out of 10, would recommend the meatball donut. I would also recommend coming out here and just enjoying some of the music shows that are going on over the next few days. Even if you don't want to go to the big shows, we just heard someone behind us playing music at one of the local bars. So just a ton for you and the family to do. And just come and hang out at the Indiana State Fair. You guys got to come join me, or else I'm going to have to bring bigger pants because I'm eating all this junk food by myself.
All right, Chelsea, we'll check back with you later in this newscast. But first, back to that breaking news. The baby reunited with their family while IMPD searches for the thief who stole a vehicle with that child still inside.
CBS 4's Scarlett O'Hara tracked down the people who called 911 when they found that stranded still in its car seat, just a few blocks away from where the car was stolen.
This started with the report of a stolen car near West 12th Street and North Tidds Avenue. The caller reported that their car was stolen with a baby inside. Minutes later, officers received a report to check on the welfare of a child about a mile away, here on North Somerset Avenue. A man had called police to report a baby that was left in a car seat outside his house with no other adults around. Police say the child was safe and returned to the parent. And we spoke with the Martin family, who reported the baby this afternoon.
Well, I had to look at the window. I saw a baby car carrier, I guess it's called. I thought, Mom, this is a nice little car carrier out here. Wasn't sure, what it was. Kind of looked. And we're to the edge of the fence. I saw a little big in here. I thought it was a doll first. I mean, the doll, maybe to get rid of the doll. I know it's baby. So I realized there's a baby out here. To me, it was like I'm glad we went 90 degrees out here and 100 degrees like it was the other day. So I'm just glad that we found her and got her in the house before anything happened to her out here by herself.
The investigation into the missing car is ongoing. IMPD says they're using license plate readers to track it. Their missing persons unit is overseeing the case. In Indianapolis, Scarlett O'Hara, CBS 4 News.
Thank you very much, Scarlett. A Louisiana man is in jail tonight in Hamilton County, accused of promoting human trafficking in Fishers. CBS 4's Jesse Wells explains what happened and how police caught the man involved.
Court records show the investigation began in June when Fishers police saw an online advertisement for prostitution and arranged to meet a woman at this hotel for sex. That woman told police she traveled the country with her boyfriend, engaging in prostitution. Agreeing to have sex with a stranger for $360 at this Quality Inn near I-69, a woman instead found herself busted by Fishers police. That woman confessed she had been a prostitute since the age of 13 and had traveled to multiple cities along with Timothy Murray to engage in prostitution. Murray is now charged with promoting human trafficking and promoting prostitution. Following an initial hearing in Hamilton County this week, Murray, who lives in New Orleans, Louisiana, is being held on a $100,000 cash bond. According to this affidavit, cell phone records show Murray set up appointments for the woman to have sex for money, repeatedly threatened her with physical harm, and controlled every detail of her life, including what she could eat, how much money she was allowed to have, and where she stayed at night.
Every community is at risk, and every community has trafficking. It's just a matter of when they identify it or if they ever do.
Megan Cunningham with the Indiana Trafficking Victims Assistance Program says because many trafficking victims don't see themselves as victims, it's important for the public and law enforcement to watch for red flags, because if it can happen in Hamilton County, it can happen anywhere.
Transportation is definitely a part of trafficking. We also have to understand that trafficking could be happening in our own community with our own next door neighbor because it's so complex and broad.
In this case, prosecutors claim Murray sent hundreds of messages to different women online, attempting to lure them into working for him as prostitutes. When police searched the suspect's car at the hotel, they allegedly found marijuana inside, resulting in an additional charge of drug possession. Finally, the alleged prostitute in this case has been charged with possession of marijuana in Hamilton County. A warrant has been issued for her arrest. Jesse Wells, CBS 4 News.
Tonight, city politics still reeling from the latest revelations about former top aide, Mayor Joe Hodson. There's allegations of sexual harassment and backlash to the mayor's response. Tonight, the council is calling for Hogshead.
Every time it's a pleasure, it was turned over to my agency. It was fully investigated. Sanctions were thrown, and there's no other works for it.
Jesse Brown called for Hogshead's resignation. There's also a call for city employees to retake their mandatory 2-hour sexual harassment training.
On a hot summer day, nothing beats an ice cold glass of water. But some Sheridan residents would rather pass after seeing what comes out of the faucet. People living there say there's been nothing but problems with American Water. The company started servicing the town in 2018. Some days the water's yellow, then green, then brown. At the beginning of August, a water advisory was issued by the company asking everyone to boil their water. American Water sent a statement about their ongoing efforts to repair the town's 1950s-era water systems. Last week, they began this transition, calling for the advisory. The residents say even after it was lifted, the water quality has only gotten worse.
we can't even wash our clothes because of discolor in our clothes. So, it's one of those things that, I have a bill that I pay for that I don't use.
Health concerns, Callie says we're going to nearly double. Several other residents say the same. American Water suggests running the cold water taps only at the lowest level of the house for about 3 to 5 minutes or until it's clear. Now, as we mentioned at the top of the hour, the Indiana State Fair is in full swing.
CBS Sports' Chelsea Helms and Hannah Bowman are enjoying everything the fair has to offer. Hannah and Chelsea, I mean, the fair could be such a great value for families.
Yeah, it certainly can be, and it has to be, because by the time you do all the fun things you want to do, it can really add up, Hannah.
It's true. We've got rides, we've got games, we've got entertainment. You can feed baby goats, which I was doing earlier. Gotta say, huge highlight.
Charlie,
But like
I can't. I'm too
really
sick.
add up. But we do have a few cost-saving tips that we want to go
They're
over.
always sick.
There is so much to do at the fair. So if you come out to the fair, at minimum, it will cost $26 with admission and parking. But once you get inside the gate, that's where you can save big. There are more than 100 free things to do, from live music to the animals, putt-putt, or the brand new splash pad, or even the Pacers new basketball court. And you can save even more if you go on the right day. $2 Tuesdays are back with $2 gate admission, $2 midway rides, and $2 food options. We asked fairgoers today on ways they are saving at this year's state fair.
The kids are very interested in seeing the animals, and so going in and seeing the different animals is kind of a nice way to spend some time with the kids and get the most out of the fair without actually spending a ton of money.
Since the portions are so big, we're just getting, one of each item that we want to try, and we're splitting everything. So it's a good way to try everything that you want to try and save a little bit of money at the same time.
Most of the fun is walking around and people watching. And then, just the camaraderie of being with friends.
Another great way you can save is the $5 food map. You can get these maps when you walk through the gates, or you can find them online, and it's a bunch of food options that are all under $5. How about that, Sylvia?
That is just a great resource, because I have seen so many families out here today, and it's not, parents with just one kid. We've got 2, 3, 4, and even larger families out here who are going to want to take advantage of those $5 food options, because, like you mentioned, once you get the rides and the games and all of that, that pocketbook could be a lot thinner than when you came in.
But at least there are ways to save.
There are so many ways to save, and we're having such a fun time out here.
So much.
Regardless of state fair and enjoy all that it has to offer. There are so many things that we have to talk about, like 4-H. We have animal showing, but the 4-H team here is doing some really cool stuff that doesn't include animals. What am I talking about? Well, you guys. Bob and Eric, I'm going to have a live interview coming up in just a couple minutes.
We are tuned in. It's such a part of the tradition. Absolutely. Chelsea and Hannah, thank you for that live report. Chris?
We got sunny skies over the Indiana State Fairgrounds, and also sunny skies from the plaza up in Carmel. We'll stay with sunshine tomorrow and find it cooler. We'll talk about high temperatures in the 70s in the Weather Authority forecast.
You think I talk funny?
What did my mom say?
She's all words. She says you don't sound like me.
Try speaking more properly in front of your daughter.
Your mother has been helping me.
See? He's trying. Nice to see. Who's ready for coffee? I believe you mean who's ready for coffee. Who's? Oh, let him have this one.
Georgie and Randy's First Marriage, October 17th, part of CBS Premiere Week on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
I buy your house as is. You don't even have to clean it or clear it out if you don't want to. Want to stay after closing? Not a problem. And with my highest offer guarantee, you can be sure you're getting the best value for your house. Visit benbuysindyhouses.com.
The Lincoln Ford Summer Sales Event is on Monday. Amazing offers. You get a great selection of Ford vehicles, including America's all-time best-selling SUV, Ford Explorer.
Yeah. Where you at, Dad?
Right, sit down in the backyard.
Oh, I can't find. I was looking for the pot. You using the pot?
What pot?
The one to take a bath.
Oh yeah, I'll bring it in there. I had it out here. Yeah, I'll bring it in.
Okay. You want something to eat? Cause I'm gonna eat the soup, but you want something to eat?
No, I'm good. I just ate a hamburger. Go ahead on and you eat the soup.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Bye bye.
We needed to have our
Mm.
my mother-in-law and father-in-law are moving in with us. One reason why we did it is so that they wouldn't have to climb over the tub, and it was easier for them as 86-year-olds. Alex and Riley came out to install. Everything was smooth. Even my husband said, these two gentlemen know exactly what they're doing. I'm ready to do our other shower, so look for my husband.
It was supposed to be just another trip to the grocery store. It was because I hated the black was shopping my own thing, but I knew who would call.
I'm Attorney Carol. We'll fight to make them pay.
And have a knows how to win.
One fall, that's all.
Guess what's making a big splash at the Indiana State Fair this year? It's our new Splash Pad, a cool place for kids to have fun. Soak up all the new ways to stay cool with even more to do at the fair. Summer's better at the Indiana State Fair, presented by Newfield.
The Indiana State Fair is all about tradition, right? Families wait all year long for the 4-H competitions.
And they're so much fun to watch. Quite a good time. Chelsea Helms is getting her first shot at that. We've been checking in with her at the fair all day. She has had so much incredible food to eat. Now we're hearing about the 4-H competitions. Chelsea.
Yeah, we're really excited to tell you about these 4-H competitions because they're a huge deal. We have Justice and Heather with us today who are going to tell us a little bit more about what you can expect when it comes to the 4-H lifestyle here at the fair. So Heather, we'll start with you.
Sure, thank you. 4-H is a youth development program, actually the largest in the nation. And so we're really excited to be here at the Indiana State Fair. We actually have one of our youth leaders, Justice, here. He's a 4-H ambassador for Indiana 4-H, and he's going to tell you a bit more about the Indiana 4-H program and what attendees can expect to see when they're here visiting the 4-H exhibit hall. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Justice.
Perfect. Hey, my name is Justice Solomon, and I love 4-H for so many different reasons, but one of my favorite reasons is because of projects. Because no matter what your interests are, if you're interested in art or Legos, there's a project that you can do. For today, I brought an example. This is my geology project. I did my geology project this year on a trip I took for the National 4-H Conference, and we talked to members of the Council on Environmental Quality about coal and the things that happen because of coal in West Virginia. So through this, I found and gained a great experience, and there's so many messages of ideas and things you can do here at the Indianapolis State Fair.
And what does that blue ribbon on your project mean?
Right. So this is a first place ribbon. So the way the ribbons work is there's third place, which is white. Second place, you will see a red. First place will be a blue. Above that, there would be the merit or honor ribbon. And then above that, there's sweepstakes. And there's only one sweepstakes in the entire category.
Well, and what's really cool, too, is for what Justice is doing, he had to qualify at his county fair to even make it to the state fair level, and he is one of 9 state fair ambassadors in the entire state. So we are lucky to have him with us here on CBS4. Before we go, we have to talk about this new program that 4-H is involved in.
Sure, thank you. Yes, we have a new program. It's been around for a few years here in Indiana called Juntos 4-H, which means together in Spanish. And so this program unites community partners in the university so we can give education to our Latino community members. It's a family engagement program. We teach the families and the kids, what does a transition look like from middle school to high school to higher education? How do you fund higher education? How do you talk to your parents about your academic success? And so we currently have it in 9 Indiana counties, and we're looking to expand it in several more this fall. So we're just really excited. We believe Indiana 4-H, everybody has a place in Indiana 4-H, and so we just try to bring programs to our local residents so we can really transform lives and livelihoods.
Amazing. I love learning more. Let's send it back to you guys in studio.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And congratulations to Justice. Way to go. Really, the blue ribbon. It's everything else what it's all about. Those pictures tell the story. Just a gorgeous day at the Indiana State Fair. And really, the weather's going to last as we take a live look over downtown. The weather is going to last straight into the weekend, Chris.
Yeah, this is going to be an ideal time to go, especially if you got small children. They can have difficulties out there with the heat that we normally have for the Indiana State Fair. You know the heat's going to come back, so get out there while the weather is nice and mild. Here's why we're forecasting mild weather. Another cold front back out to the west is going to make its way across central Indiana tonight. It's going to bring us a cloud or two, maybe a scattered shower after midnight, but back behind the front, some much cooler air coming in. So tomorrow's going to be a cooler day and less humid than what we had today. Meanwhile, Tropical Storm Betty made landfall once again this morning, packing 60-mile-an-hour winds. It is still spreading heavy rainfall across the Carolinas right now. Top winds from the storm are now down to 35 miles per hour. It's moving off to the north-northwest around 10 miles per hour, and it's going to spread some heavy rainfall all over the East Coast over the course of the weekend. A lot of flooding is going to be a concern over the East Coast as well. Temperatures were in the 80s today. We started out at 64 this morning, made it up to a high of 83. That is where we are right now. North-northwest wind at 8 miles per hour. The humidity is at 53%. Over the next 4 days, going to keep our temperature below average here in central Indiana, and the humidity is also going to stay in the comfort zone, so this is going to be an ideal time to head over to the fairgrounds. Overnight, we're going to find our low temperature down in the 60s, and those northwest winds tomorrow are going to bring in more dry air. That's going to keep the humidity lower tomorrow than it was today. We're expecting a full day of sunshine to come our way during the day on Friday. Sunny skies and milder temperatures will be moving in, so we're talking highs in the middle upper 70s for us to end the work week. In the overnight forecast, down to 64 degrees. We'll see cloudy skies and a chance of scattered showers after midnight. During the day tomorrow, back to sunshine, a windy day with those winds coming in from the northwest, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Not as warm, not as humid, with a high at 70. And the 7-day forecast will keep our high temperatures in the 70s over the weekend and stay near 80 with sunshine for Sunday and Monday. Warm the temperature back into the middle 80s and dry weather on Wednesday. Then our next chance of rain comes in the form of some scattered showers and storms by next Thursday.
No Colts practice up in Westfield today. The Horseshoes will host one final session out on the fields of Grant Park tomorrow before suiting up Sunday afternoon for their preseason opener. Of course, Anthony Richardson is the starting quarterback, but welcome to town Joe Flacco. Colts have the news back to be on the roster for the 6th season in a row. Flacco wasn't positive he would be coming back for his 17th NFL season, but now he's here and enjoying it.
I feel like I'm getting reminded every day of how fortunate I am to kind of be out here playing football and having fun, meeting people, because everybody's just like.
And I do need to boil water everywhere.
Saying, man, what year is this? How old are you? So you're just constantly reminded, and it's honestly a good thing because like I think you need those reminders